You watched it again?
I started watching it recently.
Nice.
So I was golfing today, and my dad, we were talking about, just some cool shows and stuff. We were driving in the car, and it was cool because he's not big into cartoons and anything like that. But I was like, dude, you got to watch this. This is insane. The show itself doesn't feel childish at all. It is a rated M show for a reason. Watching somebody's head explode was one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen in my life. How do I not remember my password to my own Twitter? I'm just going to post it through my phone.
Sure.
My bad.
It's all good, dude.
Go here, mute it.
I just had my phone out so I could...
Dude, do what you need to do.
Oh, no, I'm just retweet your tweet. I'm just
yeah.
waiting for you to post it.
Here. We're good.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, shit. Nice. What's going on, everyone?
Sorry for the awkward sounds.
No, you're all good, dude.
All right. It's tweeted out.
Nice.
I guess I'll put on my story. We'll get a nice little, a little picture going right here. All right. God, I should have done this all before the podcast, but I can always edit this out, which is nice.
Dude. It's all good. All right. Let's get this party started.
1 second. One more time. Da. Sorry.
It's all good. I was actually watching some YouTube videos about like the lore and history of Invincible.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking crazy. Like there's so much more that they haven't shown on the show. So I don't want to spoil anything. I actually shut it off because I didn't want to spoil it for myself.
Really?
Yeah, so there's like this series out on YouTube. I don't know who's doing it right now, but it goes complete history of Omni-Man, complete history of Invincible, complete history, like all like the main characters.
Yeah.
And it's fucking insane. But I got to the part where like we caught up with the show, and then like it was still like another hour left of the video. I was like, I'm gonna cut it off here. I'd rather just watch the show.
Well, if they make a sequel.
Oh, there's already confirmed seasons 2 and 3.
I thought this was like a short thing though. Wasn't it supposed to be just a?
Yeah. But everyone loved it so much. Like even on Twitter, on Twitter you can see all like it went viral, like every tweet of it.
They didn't expect it at all to blow up.
Yeah, no, it went. It blew up like
bro,
crazy.
how do you not expect a show where it shows somebody's head exploding to blow up? I'm not trying to do any spoilers, but there is a person whose head just fucking straight up explodes.
It's like everybody in the show.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna, spoiler for one thing. My favorite character was in one episode for about 10 minutes and exploded.
Who was that?
Fishman.
Oh,
bro, that guy straight up died within seconds.
What was his name again? Aquatica or something.
Stupid fucking
he's
shit.
The best.
They could have done like Manfish or something cool.
That would have been even better.
Well, it's because they don't give a shit. They just throw out the bullshit characters and give them something stupid like his name is Marine Man. Well, that actually would be a little better.
Mermaid Man.
That's the goal.
I would actually pay to watch a Netflix series of like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy in their prime.
But like, what if it was like rated R? Like, what
Even
if it was
better.
like Invincible?
Oh, that'd be
like
great.
they would just go around like crushing fishes' heads.
Yeah. Oh my god, it'd be sick.
By the way, fishes is a word. It means multiple types of fish.
Fishes is a real word.
I recently found that out. I actually want to kind of make sure that it is. You know who said it? It was Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Really?
He said that fishes is a word, and he is the person I trust a lot more than anybody else.
Yeah.
So it's like if he says fishes is a word, that kind of makes, because he said that fishes, I guess, means multiple species of fish.
Okay.
Or not species.
So
or
it's
like,
not fish plural. It's just.
Yeah, it's not like
types.
you go like you say like the ocean has many fishes, but like if you see like a group of fish, you don't say look at all those fishes. You say look at those fish.
Gotcha. So not groups of fishes.
Now I could be completely fucking wrong, but that is what Neil deGrasse Tyson said. If you have a problem with that, then either he's making a bad joke because he's a scientist and can't make good jokes, or
no, he's pretty good. You ever see his TikTok?
He is actually really interesting on TikTok because he really goes with the trends.
He's great.
He's an interesting one to me because I don't know how much I like it. He's very opinionated.
Oh yeah.
And I get it, he's a scientist, but he's super opinionated.
Yeah.
Like he kind of like, he doesn't make people feel stupid, but I feel like indirectly he'll make people feel fucking stupid.
Absolutely. He's like one of those guys where like you ever been like around somebody with money, but they're like very like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? They're like, they don't show it off, but they just have it and it's still in your face. But, but they're not trying to be.
Yeah.
Like he'll just pull up in like a Land Rover and just like treat it like it's a Toyota. And you're like, how the fuck?
Like he's the guy where he has a friend who's driving a shitty Nissan and it breaks down. And he goes, oh shit, yeah, man, my fucking tire popped on my Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess my engine just blew, but yeah, go for it, bro.
Yeah, it's just a Tuesday for him.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong. He's a smart guy. And this is what I say about science. Scientists are probably, I mean, they're the smartest people in the world when it comes to understanding what's going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we don't know shit.
No.
I feel like we know nothing.
It's even funnier when they confirm that they don't know shit. So you're like, well, what are we even doing?
That's what's scary to me is all science is us trying to prove things, and then like 50 years later, we find out that they're just completely wrong.
Yeah.
Thinking that the sun rotated around the earth, not like how many years ago? Like a couple hundred years ago, maybe? Like,
and it could be disproven like tomorrow, and then everything we knew before.
Could you imagine that? Like if Galileo was wrong and that we are like the center of the universe, and whenever somebody says that you're not the center of the universe, you could just say, go fuck yourself, I am.
Well, dude, what's even crazier, I don't know if you saw me tweet this the other day, was they literally confirmed, like the government confirmed, like we have UFOs. It's kind of a problem.
But like, what's the UFOs? That I'm so skeptical about this shit. Like, what do you like? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't. So from what I read, they basically said like their technology is at least 100 years advanced more than ours, at minimum. I don't know what they know. They obviously probably know more than us.
They know shit.
Yeah.
So it's like the Chinese, and we're just like scared.
So they broke it down. Like this guy on Twitter broke like the whole thing down, and he basically said it could be one of three things: super like crazy U.S. intelligence, but why would we like announce to the public we don't know what it is?
Distractions, bro. Yeah, distractions.
Or they said it could be Chinese, but also at the same time like. I forgot what his reason was, but it made sense. It was pretty much just like, why would we even admit that? Like, we don't know what the Chinese is up to. Like, as a world power, we would probably keep that to ourselves. And then the third one was just like, yeah, we got UFOs out here.
I'm very, if I were to make an intelligent guess, I would say that it's our shit and that I don't trust the U.S. government, like, at all. So I would say that it's something that they're using, like, oh my God, look at this. Yeah. And why is it that pilots, and somebody probably can disprove this, or someone can explain this to me, why is it pilots are still filming with a Nokia? Like, dude, like, I mean, I don't understand. Like, you guys have these $1 million planes. And
girls on OnlyFans have better camera
quality. Bro, for real, it's fucked up. I'm telling you. Like, by the way, if anybody's watching this and the mics are too loud, let me know. I'm experimenting with the things. And every time I watch my podcast, the audio's low. Which is why I bought this mic. My audio is even low. So
Wednesdays was pretty good.
Bro, I cranked mine up a little bit, but
okay, yeah, Wednesdays was good. I was listening to it on Wednesday. The one with your cousin.
Yeah. That was a good one. We had some good conversations. You know, he was a little nervous, but we were able to get some of the kinks out while we were going.
It's not for everybody.
Nah, I mean, I don't think he's used to being on camera like that.
No.
But it was interesting. We had a lot of cool conversations. But yeah, the aliens. I still don't think aliens have come to Earth. I don't think so. I think that it's more we're being distracted by other shit. Like, it just so happens this starts coming out when, like, we think the USA is on fire. Think about what happened in... We're
on fire again?
We're always on fucking fire, bro.
California is always on fire.
Yeah. Bro, for real. So, you see what happened back in the 60s, maybe? Maybe earlier than that. When did aliens, like that alien came on a base? Like
the 40s or
the U.S. Army base.
Roswell.
Think about back then, like how that was like the big thing, the conspiracy. Like, I'm telling you, we're repeating history right now.
Oh yeah,
we are repeating what has happened, dude. And it's insane.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like that goes with like a lot of things. Like what was it? The Spanish flu. You could probably equate that with it happened literally 100 years before.
Yeah,
COVID
literally.
Hit. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like there's weird things like that where. What can always Steph's here, I think. What always fucks me up is when you hear something like that, like when you're a kid in history class, like, oh, that'll never happen again. And then, like, here we are, and it's literally happening the same way as it did.
Well, that's the issue I see with what's going on a lot, is that people are trying to erase history. And that's the scary thing, is that if we erase history, we're going to keep doing it. That's the issue that I'm having.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like you need to know your history to prevent it. You know what I mean?
You got to realize, when I was 18, I look back now, when I was 18, I was a fucking idiot. I was a straight up idiot.
Same.
I'm still an idiot, but I'm probably gonna look back in a year or two. I'm gonna be like, wow, 24, I was a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So I mean, you learn from your experience, though. You learn from not being, smart.
Yeah. You know what's funny is when I was like 18, I had in my phone like a folder of pictures I wanted, like of stuff I wanted tattooed on me, and my thing was like, look at like one friend gave me advice one time, was like, save it as your background so you see it every day, because you'll get used to seeing it all the time.
Yeah.
And like if you get tired of it, you probably shouldn't put it on your body. I was like, that's smart. So
I get that.
Yeah. So I had a folder of like all these pictures, and like looking back, it was the dumbest shit ever. Like,
Oh.
I'm glad I never got them tattooed.
Bro, I am the worst when it comes to tattoo. Thankfully, I was lucky with every impulsive tattoo I got. I mean, I just got my full arm here done,
sick.
and it's an Adventure Time tattoo. And
great.
on paper, that sounds fucking idiotic, but it meant a lot to me. I thought about it I thought about it for about a year. I mean, it's not like I just went, oh yeah, but it was. I remember I was at your house. My cousin had just gotten a tattoo, and I was like, damn, I haven't gotten a tattoo in almost 3 or 4 years, and I'm like, I need to get a tattoo. So I immediately find the picture that I want, and I get a tattoo. Yeah. That's impulsive.
Yeah,
that is impulsive, but it was calculated impulsive. Impulse hit. I can't fucking say it. Impulsiveness.
Impulsivity.
Yeah, there you go. That one.
I don't know if that's a word. But
I don't know either. I feel like my brain knew it wasn't a word, but I was just going with it because
that's what I do. Well, what sucks with me too is I speak 2 languages, so sometimes I'll just say shit in Spanish, but it's like never around Spanish people. So
you could just play it off as a word.
I'll just say something, and everyone's like, "What the fuck did you say?" I'm like,
"It means corn dog in Spanish."
Yeah,
bro.
it means grandpa or some shit. But yeah, dude, shout out to your tattoo artist. What's his name again?
Oh, Flip in Soho Inc. in New York City. It's I'm telling you, this is the best tattoo artist I've been to so far in my life. My dad's tattoo artist is actually there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like probably the best tattoo artist I've ever seen in my life.
I already started saving because you said when are you going again?
I'm going in
June, right?
July. I'm going in July to get my avatar tattoo.
Okay.
And it's going to be on the opposite side here. I don't know what I want to get though. I've had some ideas. I've had that idea I think I showed you.
Yeah.
I hope that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to yours. I don't think it's going to yours. I think we're good. But yeah, my tattoo is going to be about Avatar. Now, you want to get a tattoo about what?
Man, what don't I want a tattoo of?
So I know, it's so bad.
I have ideas.
When you get one, you're gonna want more.
Oh yeah, I have ideas, but then I get tired of them. So I have a lot of things I want to get tattooed, but they're so like different, so many different things that I don't know if it's even gonna look good on me. You know what I mean? So like, I want a Metal Gear tattoo. I don't know what I want yet, but something Metal Gear related. But I also want it to be all of it. I want it to be something I drew. So if it's not something that like I drew, then I'm not gonna be that picky, but I would rather something I like imagined and put on my body. But then again, it's also somebody else drawing it on me. So you know.
Dude, if you give them your work, and you just say like, I want you to do something with this, they get excited. They get excited when things aren't repetitive. If it's not like a Naruto tattoo or like the classic anchor tattoo, refuse to sink, which makes absolutely no fucking sense. That I remember when I was in high school, that's all girls used to get.
Really?
Refuse to sink and then the infinity sign.
Yeah, the infinity sign was the big one.
What the fuck?
Or why? The feather. Remember the feather?
Bro. Yeah. Or like roses. Yeah. Shout out Steph.
It's actually funny because one tattoo I do want is a wolf like holding a rose, but I want to do a twist on it. So there's a Metal Gear symbol. There's this Foxhound is like one of their organizations, and it's a fox holding a knife across his mouth. But I was thinking of doing that with like a rose instead of a knife.
Dude, that'd actually be kind of sick.
Yeah, so I got to figure out.
So why the rose instead of the knife?
Honestly, because it looks cool.
It just looks. Yeah, dude. Really, getting a tattoo that looks cool. If that's your reason, that's fine.
Yeah, I just think like with art, sometimes you're just like, well, that's the last thing someone would expect. You know what I mean? So
your body is a canvas. Yeah. I mean, I have probably 6 tattoos now, and most of all my tattoos are like decently sized tattoos because I probably should start getting small tattoos, but I have so much fun with them, and I really like commit. Yeah. So as is, I'm already working on my half sleeve, and I'm fucking 24, and I'm probably gonna want to get more tattoos. I'm trying to get from Logan eventually my family tattoo. My grandpa, and maybe I'll add to it or something. I want to get a dragon wrapped from my neck all the way down, kind of wrap around my arm a little bit, and hold in his hands like this. The dragon's little baby hands. Yeah. I think something with a family, something. Like I don't really know. Or something? I don't know about the crest because my crest is kind of ass. Oh, is it? The Snyder crest. Snyder means tailor in Dutch. That's ass. We like made shoes. Yeah. It's not like McGregor where it's like a conqueror. Yeah. That fucking sucks.
No, you're August McGregor.
For real. I'm just making fucking clothes. Yeah. It sucks. But yeah, something like that. I really like those kind of tattoos. Yeah. I like my tattoos to mean something, but I have also tattoos where I have a fucking shark on my ribs. Like
that's sick though.
Oh, it looked cool as shit. Yeah. But is there a meaning now?
Sometimes you don't want like I don't think every tattoo should need a meaning. No. When I was younger, I was like everything needs to mean something. But like when I get older, like it looks fucking sick. You know what I mean?
But why getting a Vegeta tattoo? Oh wait, your cousin has one. Well, again, I'm just gonna say it. Why getting a Vegeta tattoo means anything? It doesn't.
Yeah, you probably just grew up and you like Vegeta.
You like how Vegeta looks and you want it to look cool as shit.
Yeah.
So that's your reasoning. Who cares? And I know a lot of people judge tattoos, especially older people, judge tattoos and be like, well, you'll never get a job. I feel like in today's climate, you're getting a job.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. I always felt like when I was younger, too, I was like, I'm just going to get all the tattoos. I mean, I obviously never did, but I was like, I want to get all the tattoos out of the way now, and I'll figure it out as I go along. But, like, the older I got and, like, I've had different types of jobs. Everybody's always had tattoos. Like, when I started in restaurants, everybody had sleeves and shit. My manager had, like, 2 full sleeves.
Yeah.
Like, where I work now, which is, like, kind of like in the construction area, like, everybody's got fucking tattoos. No one cares.
Construction especially, they don't care.
Yeah, and
all.
even in tech, like, I have a friend, she's a recruiter, and I asked her, like, when I got my nose pierced even, I was like, is that going to be unprofessional? She's like, dude, people are sleeved up now. Like, as long as you have a degree or, like, you know what you're doing, no one gives a shit.
And that's how it should be. It should be about, what can I produce, not what I look like. Because if I'm a genius and I have a face tattoo, why? Who gives a shit? Now, listen, face tattoos are probably a little overboard because people don't like face tattoos. People are still sensitive to certain things. Like, they're sensitive to face, they're sensitive to neck, hands even.
Yeah.
Like,
see, hands don't bother me. I feel like face is where I would draw the line.
Oh, my guy, Flip.
Yeah.
Woo! He just got no, he has a Naruto tattoo right here on his face. It's a symbol. It's an Asian symbol, like writing thing.
Yeah.
But it's Gara, I don't know if you know who that is. He's like the sand guy.
Okay.
And he has that tattoo right in his head. It looks fucking so cool. He just got another Naruto tattoo of I wish I could find it. It was Datara hand. I wish I could show you what this. That's what he got a tattoo of. He got like the hand,
shit, that's
like
fucking awesome.
Hand on him. It looks fucking cool. It's a mouth. By the way, if you don't know who Datara is, he's from Naruto. He's a villain. He has 2 mouths on each of his hands that he puts in his pockets, and they eat sand or clay, and they produce little bombs that he can expand.
Yeah.
It's Naruto. If you haven't seen it, it's the ultimate beginner weeb show.
Yeah, I read the manga when I was a kid, but there were so many.
There's so many, bro. There's over 700 episodes.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up.
Fucking crazy, but it's a great show, and people who are actual hardcore anime fans don't like it. They get mad when people like.
Well, because it's like a what's the word? It's like a gateway, right? It's like everyone's first anime,
and people get mad when they're like big fanboys over it. It's like, fuck you, I enjoy something.
Yeah, that's like Dragon Ball Z. Like sometimes I forget Dragon Ball Z is an anime because like it was so popular here. Yeah, it's just fucking.
You ever hear Asian Goku? How his voice sounds?
Oh, not in a long time.
It's so high pitched.
Is it really?
It's so.
Oh, yes, I know exactly.
I don't know why. I feel like our Goku. I recently watched Super, and I think Super is I don't know why. I feel like Super's kind of lame. Everybody who
haven't seen it yet.
Like Piccolo and Gohan and Master Roshi, all of them are just weak bitches.
Yeah, they nerfed the fuck out of Piccolo.
Yeah, they did Piccolo dirty. He after like Dragon Ball what was it? Dragon Ball Z? Is it Dragon Ball Z where Vegeta meets Goku for the first time?
Yeah, in the beginning. I think he meets him at the end of Dragon Ball or the beginning of Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z, I think, right? And then that happened. After that, Piccolo was a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, Piccolo did nothing.
Then he fused with what's his name? Then he got powers again, and then he was like a bitch after that.
Yeah, I don't know why they had and that's something I have an issue with a lot of anime is that they make these characters godlike, but then bitch out on all the other characters, and there's no show because at the end of the day, it's just going to be like 3 people fighting.
Yeah,
it's going to be Goku versus Vegeta versus Beerus versus Whis, which is I don't know. You haven't seen that. Beerus and Whis are
Beerus,
like gods. Yeah.
Yeah, what I liked was like they were at their peak. I at least felt like they were at their peak when it was the Cell Saga or even towards the end when they killed Vegeta when Trunks showed up, because you're like, oh, Goku like obviously fucked up Frieza, but it was hard for him. And Trunks shows up and just slices him in half.
Slices the shit. Or you're talking about him slicing Frieza.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Frieza,
not Vegeta. I was thinking Frieza.
Yeah, Frieza shows up, slices him, I think, like in mad pieces and shit. I was like, oh, this guy's like a fucking badass. He even gave what's his name, Cell the work for a little bit. And then Gohan shows up out of nowhere. He's like, nah, just kidding. I'm the true one. And then Saiyan Man was like the worst thing that ever happened to Dragon Ball Z.
Bro, I don't know. Dragon Ball Z to me, I wasn't like hardcore as a kid with it.
Oh, okay.
But I did watch it a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's not like like Naruto to me was a lot bigger than Dragon Ball Z. But I watched Naruto when I was 19.
Oh,
and that was when I started it. And it was something that was awesome in college because when you have nothing to do in college and
Yeah.
you have all this time, you can watch 750 episodes of a show.
Yeah.
It took me 6 months to finish Naruto.
Holy
and that's
shit.
watching like an episode almost every single day. Like multiple episodes every day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Damn, dude.
But the show is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it's also, you know, there are moments where it's just so cringy.
Yeah. I mean, that's anime, though, I feel like.
You know who they made a bitch? Krillin.
Oh, my God.
Krillin is the biggest bitch. And you know he's the strongest human?
Really?
He is
I thought it was
written,
Yamcha.
He is written down as the strongest human.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's just a bitch. Like a total bitch.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of I don't know. Then I don't know where his hair grew back.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
he found
why.
Rogaine,
Well, he was a
apparently.
monk, so like
Oh,
he
is
just
that why?
he always shaved his head. That's why he was.
Oh.
He
Yeah, then he started banging Android 18, which is kind of
good for him. Though.
Yeah, good for him. Except she's like not a human, so I don't know how
Do you
that
think
works.
she has human parts?
I hope for his.
She
sake.
has to. They have a
Yeah.
kid. You didn't know that?
Oh.
Yeah, they have a
How
kid.
does that work? Is it like a natural birth or adopted?
I don't know, but I know they have a fucking child.
That's sick.
So it doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
but they do have a kid.
Yeah, I feel like they all kind of made out though. Like Vegeta got Bulma, which like I think is the best.
I hate Chi-Chi.
Yeah, she's
I
annoying
hate
as
her.
fuck.
She's a bitch.
Yeah.
She's a total bitch.
I always wanted them to give Master Roshi like a woman too, because he was just a little perv.
You're gonna like what happens if you watch. Are you ever gonna watch Super?
Eventually.
All right, I was gonna say something, but Roshi is. He doesn't get a chick. No, not at all. But Roshi is so funny in Super.
Yeah.
He's still a fucking perv.
Is he still like watching pornos and shit, or like the magazines?
They address that.
Okay.
It's funny how they address it, but they address it. Like
Yeah.
he has to like fight his obsession of porn in
Oh,
order
really?
to gain strength. It's so stupid.
Dude,
but Roshi also was nerfed. Roshi was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he taught Goku, right? Everything.
Yeah, dude, the Kamehameha. Think about that. He was the one who taught Goku that shit.
Yeah, dude. I remember when I was a kid, they used to show on Toonami. It was Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z. So I was like at the same time catching up with like all of them. And yeah, Master Roshi, they like you could kind of like they implied like what he was doing, but then I would go to my cousin's house, and this is when Napster first came out.
Yeah.
And like he had like high speed internet like before anybody did.
Mm-hmm.
So he would be like, "Yo, fucking, we got the Japanese versions of Dragon Ball
Oh no.
Yeah, and
When
it
he,
was-
like, they showed shit.
Oh, dude, like they showed it was Goku versus Frieza. There's blood, like actual blood, like they're all fucking bleeding out their mouths and shit. Goku's like eyes would roll in the back of his head when he was turned Super Saiyan, and like Master Roshi was just straight up hiding pornos, like, and then like they would show everything you can without it being like hentai, pretty
But
much.
that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
Japanese people get so much better shit than we do.
Yeah,
I prefer English dub. I don't like reading subtitles. I know a lot of people will say like, "Oh, you're not a real anime fan because you
those
don't
are
watch."
weebs.
But why are you angry? I'm enjoying the show. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
I have watched one anime in Japanese, and it's the greatest anime of all time, One Punch Man.
Oh,
It is hysterical.
Yeah.
And I only watch it in Japanese is because that's how I was introduced to it. But I cannot handle reading subtitles like if I'm watching Demon Slayer, which Demon Slayer, if you haven't watched, is phenomenal. You have to watch it. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I saw the first episode with my cousin. I watched it again when you showed Steph.
Yeah.
I just have to finish the rest.
It's so good, bro. And the movie, people have mixed feelings about it. People say like, "Oh, the movie was just a long episode." Well, it's a fucking anime. Of course,
Yeah.
it's gonna seem like a long episode.
That's how Cowboy Bebop the movie was. It was like,
Was that in theaters?
it might have been. It came out like I think in 2000 or 2001, like a long
Shit.
time. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop's been out for a long time.
When did the show end?
I think like it was only one season.
Yeah.
but it was like 28 or 9 episodes, I think. But yeah, I think it came out like the late 90s, early.
It was
2000s.
really only that short, and it
Yeah.
was that big of a show.
that iconic. Yeah, it's like it's everyone. They say it's probably the most. I don't know how like I think Dragon Ball Z is personally, but they say it's the most popular anime. It's like the anime you show to people who don't like anime.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like universally loved. So
Who's
even
the
if,
voice actor for the main guy?
Oh, the best voice actor of all
Who
time,
is it?
Steve Bloom. He's got the coolest voice in the
I
world.
feel like Steve Bloom. I definitely heard the name.
Yeah,
obviously,
he's
but
been in
what is-
so many animes and like TV shows and video games. Like you'll know exactly his
All
voice.
right, I actually gotta look up. So Steve Bloom was what's his? Who was
Spike. Spike is the main character. Spike Spiegel.
he? Were you gonna get a tattoo of that show?
Yeah, I want to get a Spike. I think either a Spike tattoo or the fuck, I can't even think of it. The swordfish.
He was the voice actor of Sub-Zero.
Yeah, dude.
What?
He's a voice actor of a lot of people. Yeah, Steve Bloom's like an iconic voice actor. I actually almost took his he did like during COVID. It was a voice acting seminar, and then it turned into like a class where you get actual credits for it. But it was like a couple grand. I wasn't gonna pursue a career as a voice actor.
No, but I heard being a voice actor is actually really fun.
Yeah.
It's hard to break out in, but you think about it, if you can actually do it, which is obviously not easy to do. It's not easy to just learn to throw your voice and be really good at something like that. But you think about it, if you're really good at it and you're able to do it, how easy is that job?
Oh, hell yeah.
How easy is that job? Your work, I watch Futurama, and it was funny because they made a little, I guess a wall break, it's kind of a wall break. They were talking about working, but not, it's like working, but still being lazy. The guy talks, he goes, yeah, it's like being a voice actor. It's kind of true. Imagine this, like, you can work during COVID too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember they delayed some anime though, and shows they would say like, we can't do this because of COVID. And I'm thinking, well, is it because they don't have a studio? I guess you need a studio and stuff like that, but still, I mean,
yeah, I feel like there's more work than we probably know that goes into it, but I feel like at the very least it's just animation and then voice acting.
He played Orochimaru in Naruto.
Yeah, dude, you'll know exactly his voice when you hear him.
He's actually in like everything.
Yeah, he's iconic.
He's in bar. Wait, what the fuck? I've definitely heard his name. I didn't know he was in all of these things.
Yeah, dude, when you get a chance, just hear like his voice reel, you'll be like, oh, I know exactly who he is. There's a YouTube video which shows like everything he's worked on.
Bro.
And they have clips of like all of it.
He was in Regular Show.
Yeah.
Bro, this dude was in everything.
He's the GOAT. Yeah, he's the fucking man. Him and David Hayter are my favorite voice actors. David Hayter voiced Solid Snake and Big Boss.
My favorite voice actor is John DiMaggio.
Why does he sound familiar?
He voiced Bender from Futurama.
Oh, yeah.
He voiced Jake the Dog from Adventure Time. He's also really, really famous. And also the person who voiced Fry. Voice of Philip. No, he didn't voice him. This guy is actually super famous. His name is Billy West.
Oh, I know.
Billy West is also super famous when it comes to cartoons. I mean, he doesn't do too many. I don't know if he does anime or stuff like that, but he's like a really, really known voice actor. But that's what's cool to me, is that when you grow up and these cartoons were a big part of your life. Like for me, Adventure Time.
Yeah.
I mean, I was getting a little older when I watched it, but I watched it more when I was an adult because I did like the show when I was a kid. But I was becoming, like, just to say, when Adventure Time and Regular Show came out, I was like 13. Wow. So it was cool watching it.
Yeah, I was already in college.
But at the same time, 2010, I was going in 8th grade. So yeah, I was turning 14. I was turning 14. Bro, I mean, your sister was in high school because she's 2 weeks older than me. Yeah. So, I mean, you're not too bad. So, it's cool as you grow up, you start to realize, like, these guys were your childhood. The cartoons were your childhood. But then you see how many, like, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing how many people they voiced. And it's like, this guy was my childhood.
Yeah.
Just one person shaped me into a... Because you really got it. I mean, nowadays, what you watch kind of shapes you in a way.
Oh yeah, dude. What I love is going back as an adult. Like, so everybody knows I'm obsessed with Metal Gear. I went back and replayed like all the Metal Gear games again as an adult, and I didn't even know like what the fuck they were talking about as a kid. I was just like, all right, I gotta go here and kill that guy and do this and do that. Then like as an adult, I'm like, holy shit! Like, especially with Metal Gear, if you ever end up playing Metal Gear 2, like Hideo Kojima predicted how the world is gonna be today back in 2001, which was his whole message was pretty much like information is being exchanged at a very high rate, and it's easily like manipulated, and people are like basically like predicted fake news, and like how people will like have a bias, so they'll just choose what to believe, and like a bunch of other
That's kind of scary.
Dude, he nailed it.
I don't like that. That scares the shit out of me.
And this came out in 2001 before 9/11.
Yeah.
This came out pre 9/11, and they actually pushed back the game I think a week or two because it's based in New York, and like a huge tanker ship fucking hits like New York City. It's a whole thing. But they like delayed it obviously for like security or whatever the fuck reasons. But
isn't it crazy how those coincidences happen?
Yeah.
Like just
it's fucking insane.
Like, do you ever see the Johnny Bravo thing where it's like a picture of 9/11 happening in the background?
Oh, dude,
it's
shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, I'm actually even louder now. When I was a kid, I went to the movie theaters I forgot what movie it was, but in the theater they showed the trailer for the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And if you look it up, the real first trailer of Spider-Man, he's flying through the city, or like, swinging through the city, and a helicopter is being hijacked by like a fucking terrorist group or whatever. Yeah, and this is before 9/11. The trailer came out in like 2000 or like early 2001, before like September. But anyway, he's chasing these guys. I don't really remember, I was a kid, but he webs the helicopter between the Twin Towers. It's fucking crazy.
What?
And they pushed back the movie for another year.
Wait, first off, Spider-Man came out when?
I think 2001 or 2002.
The Tobey Maguire one?
Yeah. They pushed it back, or they deleted the trailer. They didn't show that scene.
Fuck, how has it been that long?
Yeah, dude,
it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know.
I don't like that.
What I think is cool though is they interviewed Alfred Molina, who's Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2. He's also going to be in Tom Holland's Spider-Man 3.
He's actually going to be in it.
Yeah, confirmed.
That's
doing interviews
cool.
about it.
How old is he now?
Old.
Yeah,
it's like in his 50s or 60s. And he already said like they're using the de-aging technology, so he's going to look the way he did in Spider-Man 2.
Isn't that crazy? They have de-aging.
I know.
Technology.
It's fucking weird. It's
so like could they make who could they make? Could they make like Betty White young again, just like hot?
Dude, you know she's 99.
I know.
I looked it up yesterday actually out of boredom. It's like, how old is Betty White? She's 99.
She is my favorite human being.
She's amazing.
I have watched. See, when I was growing up, I hated going to sleep, and I still do. I have very bad insomnia, but I used to, not proud of it when I was a little kid. Sleep in your parents' room and stuff like that. Me and my mom. My dad would always want me to go to sleep. Me and my mom would watch The Golden Girls. Bro, shit. Betty White was my hero. Yeah, I awesome. Loved Betty White. She is the funniest character. She is the sweetest woman, and she will outlive us all.
Yeah,
she will. If she doesn't, if I die before her or after her, I will just be upset.
One day we're all gonna get like the sun's gonna explode, and Frank Gore and Betty White are be the only humans.
Frank Gore, Betty White, and the Queen of England.
Yeah,
that bitch ain't dying,
dude.
She's too strong.
I was actually shocked when her husband died. Like I was like, oh, it's possible for him to die.
He missed his dose of eternal youth.
Yeah, of fucking children's blood. Or
shit. They were giving him like children's blood, just shooting it into his arm.
Dude,
you ever hear the interviews about that shit?
No, is that a real thing?
You never heard? I thought you were actually making a reference to that.
No, I just was being.
There's like an ongoing. I don't know if it's an ongoing joke in Hollywood or if like actors are slowly trying to like talk about it, but I believe it was Sandra Bullock who made the joke about children's blood. They were talking about, like they inject it into, yourself to feel young.
Oh, I heard about that.
And then one other actor, I wish I knew who it was, but he talked about that. He was like, yeah, they inject you with this. And he was like kind of like joking, but you're kind of like, that's a weird thing to joke about.
Well, I know. Yeah, that's fucking creepy.
Like, that's a weird thing to joke about.
Yeah. Well, I guess if everyone's joking about this guy, we're in the smoke, there's fire.
It's true.
But I know in Joe Rogan, one of his older podcasts, he said Mick Jagger does this weird thing with his blood where he like replenishes it like with younger blood.
How does he get younger blood?
I don't know. He's rich, so it's probably not hard for him.
You know what? That scares me is that there are people who are so rich that they can purchase blood.
Yeah.
Like just fuck it. Like
I know
that could save someone's life. Just throw me some of that young blood. I want to see young blood.
Yeah.
Throw me some of that shit. I want to see what happens.
Dude, I was actually speaking of the shit like that. I was on you ever go on like a TikTok rabbit hole where you just start watching?
Oh my god, bro, so bad.
So I found this guy who does his whole series is basically like dedicated to the dark web, and he does like he obviously can't show it, but it's like stories about the dark web, and basically he was just saying like so like this is a fake. Like he'll debunk other dark web videos. Yeah. But he'll like basically was getting into like red rooms. You know about red rooms?
Oh, bro, those are gross. Yeah. That's crazy.
And he says it's like a lot of rich people that do it.
And you hear what happened with Bill Gates recently?
No.
You know why him and his wife are divorcing? Or like a theory of why they're divorcing?
No, what's up?
She was upset in I think 2019 because he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
I heard about that.
But like he became friends with Jeffrey Epstein, I think, after the accusations.
Oh, that's
so that was where it was weird. And I heard that, because his wife, I think it's Melinda Gates. I'm not sure what her.
Yeah, I think it's
Melinda Gates. Maybe I could be getting that wrong, but his wife is like all about is it? Yeah, it's a little weird.
No, it's all good.
His wife's all about like women empowerment and stuff like that, and good for her. But I think that's what I heard was like the big thing is that he was friends with a guy who was being arrested and he backed him somehow.
Damn.
He's crazy, bro. That isn't that scary to think that the man who we all thought, because I always thought Bill Gates was a nice guy. Like I always thought he was just, like just a guy who, not lucky, but he made a living. He got rich off it.
He's like the nerdy kid that made it.
Yeah, and he donates a lot of his money. Like he donates a shit ton of money. People obviously get mad because nowadays if you don't donate your entire fortune, people get mad.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
He donates a lot of money and he seemed like a good guy, and him, Warren Buffett seemed like good people, but now you read about this shit with him and Jeffrey Epstein. It's like, what the fuck?
I know.
Who do you trust? That's like finding out Betty White had like a hand in the Jeffrey Epstein shit.
I don't think I'd be mad if it was Betty White. I'd be like, she's 99.
Like,
yeah.
That's fucked, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, you would not expect that from him.
No, I it's weird because it's such a common theme among like the elite. I hate calling them that because no human.
At the end of the day, there is an elite because there are only how many multi-billionaires.
Yeah, of course. I just feel like, why do they all fall into like? I wonder if there's that one billionaire who's just like, I'm just trying to be rich and enjoy my life.
I don't know anything about Jeff Bezos or anything too bad.
I mean, like the whole Amazon. People hate him at Amazon. Apparently.
I mean, people just don't. I don't really know too much about it. I know people are mad at him for, I guess, him having that much money and him not paying more, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know, but I don't hear him talking to like sex traffickers. Like,
no,
I mean, good for him. And him and his wife divorced. That is the luckiest woman in the world.
Yeah, dude.
Could you imagine dating the nerdy guy who has a startup in his garage?
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right, I love you. And the next thing you know, you're like, she's the richest woman in the world.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. Just
like,
from divorcing him.
That's pretty dope.
That's winning.
That's my
winning.
goals.
Yeah. That's
like, if I wasn't dating your sister, I would find a super rich woman.
Or that's like one day Steph just fucking finds a hobby and blows up and becomes the richest person ever. And then you're like, hey, look, this isn't going to work.
Hey, you want to marry me real quick?
Yeah.
And then, go to the courtroom, just divorce.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, like, think about it, the richest woman in the world. Good for her.
I know.
That is awesome.
You know what I always think about, too, is like in a world where we watch like superhero movies and stuff, we have Batman and Tony Stark. How the fuck aren't any of these guys?
Because they're old.
Yeah, well, Jeff Bezos isn't that old, right?
Jeff Bezos is like, probably in his 50s. You can imagine Batman in his 50s.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like, just, and the young, and the young billionaires we got. Well, you got Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that guy ain't doing
shit. He would be a villain. He would be a villain,
bro. He would be like fucking,
he would be the
Joker.
Penguin.
Yeah, the Penguin.
He has no personality. At least the Joker has a personality.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I just like if somebody was to tell me like low key Elon Musk designed like an Iron Man suit, I wouldn't even
I could
question
see that.
it.
I could see Elon Musk doing
I'd be like, okay, that makes sense.
Elon Musk has been scaring me though. I feel like he's starting to like manipulate the crypto market a little bit.
It's so blatant.
It's kind of scary.
Like, I don't know shit about stocks or crypto, but all I know is if you're supporting one crypto, Dogecoin, and then out of nowhere you're like, by the way, I don't fuck with Bitcoin anymore.
Yeah, and then it starts to go down, and people are like, yo, what's going on? Why is this happening?
Yeah, and then he's working with the developers of Dogecoin to make it an actual like
currency.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, this is blatantly like fucking everything. I don't know. Again, I'm not a fucking stock guy. I'm not a day trader. I don't know any of this bullshit. But it's got
I don't think
like
any fucking knows.
Yeah, I don't even think you have to be smart to be like, okay, he's obviously fucking with shit. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing is that I keep saying that's the thing. I'm trying to work on like not saying repetitive words, so bear with me. I have to learn how to speak all over again. But that's what's crazy about it is that nobody knows. And when he went on SNL, everybody thought it was going to blow up to $1.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Right now, I think it's like 30 cents.
I checked yesterday. I think it was at 22, and it might have went back up.
It's going to fluctuate back and forth. Well, I'm the asshole who sold my shares because I'm a dumb fuck. I could have had enough money to buy my motorcycle that I really wanted.
Oh, really?
Fucking so annoying.
Yeah.
But like, you don't fuck. It's a gamble. At the end of the day, crypto's a gamble.
Oh yeah.
Stocks are a gamble. Everything that has to do with getting money easy and fast is a gamble.
Yeah, dude. It's weird because there's people whose jobs are just day traders and they just sit there and basically get paid to gamble.
But even them, not all of them are going to be rich because they're bad at gambling.
Yeah.
You know, people need to take their advice and be like, well, this is this, and if you suck at your job and you suck at gambling, well, you're fucked.
Yeah, dude.
The richest people, I have not a friend, but a kid I knew in high school who does that kind of stuff. Like, he's a stockbroker, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I think he is. And he's really intelligent, and it's not like it's just a crapshoot with him. He even says that it is a crapshoot, but it's also an intelligent crapshoot.
Yeah, it's calculated.
It's a calculated risk.
It's like poker, kind of.
It is a calculated risk.
Yeah.
It's saying like, okay, we know that the company is merging with this. We know that the stock's going to go up or down. He knows that, but actually, that sounds like insider trading.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rephrase that.
I think he's not your friend.
Yeah, I know. I don't really know if that's what he said, but I don't think that's what he said. But it's more like he knows certain signs are going to lead to profit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, most of the time, the profit takes years. Not this whole payoff like GameStop. My cousin has $100,000 payout right now if he were to sell. I think in GameStop
Dude,
right
just
now,
cash out.
and he won't.
Oh, he's diamond hands.
I love him to death, but he pisses me off the fact that he's
a
not
diamond hands
selling.
guy?
He's a diamond. He is waiting for that mill, bro.
God.
And I am so terrified for him. I have talked to him about this many times. Not him, his brother, but I've talked to him a few times about it. God, I wish he would sell. That scares me because stock at any point could just dip. Like out of nowhere, it's like you're fucked. Yeah, you lost all your money.
Yeah, dude. That's how it's funny because I created like all my portfolios 2 or 3 summers ago, and I just got into like the dumb shit like whoever Doge or whatever. But if for some reason Robin was like, "Yeah, we got to approve your account," it took me like from then until like 2 months ago to finally get like approved and actually like buy stocks with it. And it sucked because at the time I knew about GameStop. I knew about all this shit before like everybody else. Well, before like the majority of the public knew.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, man. Like if they would have just approved my shit longer, you know what I mean? Like earlier.
Yeah.
I would have been able, like, I don't know. I wouldn't have put that much money into it because it's still a gamble.
Yeah.
But I definitely would have had at least a couple grand.
Oh, dude, it's so hard to just know when to sell. And that's the issue that I had is I sold twice Doge right before it blew up the next day. Literally within hours it blew up. The first time I sold it at I think 0.5. It blew up and went up to 0.10. And or 0.05, sorry. I sold at 5 cents. The next day it blew up to 10.
Damn.
And then it crashed back down to 3. And I bought it at 3 and I had about 7,000 shares. And then it went up to I think like 8 and it wasn't moving for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I sold it. And then within 24 hours, it was up to fucking 70 cents.
Damn.
I still talk about it today. I still get pissed. Like, I can't believe that I was such a bitch and had little paper hands and couldn't handle it. That's why I bought, I'm a dumbass because I shouldn't have done it. I bought a little bit more Doge. I put about like, I don't know, like $20 into it. I have, I think, like 100 shares or some shit like that.
Not bad.
But, or 100 coins. But, fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's weird because hindsight's obviously 2020, so you're looking back, you're like, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. But at the time, you're like, all right, it was probably gonna dip more or whatever.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you really just don't know. So it's kind of crazy how like guys like that kid you went to school with are like a little bit better at knowing when.
They're better at guessing.
Yeah,
they really are.
And it's even crazier that those like Reddit guys just knew somehow, like, yo, this is what we're gonna do.
Well, this is the thing. They knew because they did their research and they realized that there was. I don't know if you knew
the squeeze.
I didn't know if you knew what how GameStop was. Basically, there are people who profit off of GameStop sucking dick.
Yeah.
Like a stock sucking. And then they'll gamble on it and put money on it. This is an idiot's explanation of it. They'll gamble on it and put money in it. And I don't understand why they put money in it. I guess they gain money based off of how shitty it's doing.
Yeah.
So when people start buying it and it starts going up, the squeeze is, I guess, when they all sell. Like, all those people are like, fuck, I don't want to lose all my money, so they sell. That's how a few of those brokerage companies went out or something. I don't know if that's what
I know
called.
there was one, something Capital went out of business.
And people are celebrating it. I understand why, because people are like, down with the government, or not government, down with the people, or whatever the fuck it is, down with the man.
Yeah.
I don't know why I kept saying people, but yeah, fuck them. But it's sad because people who were old and had their money in that just got completely fucked. So like, I had my life savings in there. Well, shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard to look at because at the same time, it's like I understand why you're angry at people like that because they are making, I guess I don't really know why you're angry, but
there's always somebody that someone has to be angry at.
There's always a reason to be angry now.
Yeah.
There's always a reason, and no matter what, even if like, say like this podcast blew up, so to speak, say this podcast blew up and, you know, we had like 1 million people watch this podcast, people would find something to be pissed at.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, people always find a way to get angry.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Someone be mad like your Naruto comment or something like
that.
It came out in 97, bro.
Yeah, they'll actually be pissed.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a big thing, and then next thing you know, I'm trending on Twitter. Like that'd
be kind of cool though.
That would be awesome.
But you know what? You always are trending on Twitter, but it's the owner of the Redskins.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! Fuck that guy. Honestly, I don't care if anybody ever looks back on this. When this does blow up, you know, my sister calls it, what is it? Fuck. She said it to me today. I'm basically making you're a wizard, Harry. I'm basically forming it to come true.
Oh, you're speaking it into existence.
Kind of something like
Manifesting
that. I'm manifesting it. This will become big one day. This podcast will be as big as Joe's, I promise you. But
Fuck yeah.
But fuck Dan Snyder. Fuck that guy. He is an asshole. He does some weird shit with cheerleaders. I fucking hate him.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And
about
my goal is to get my name trending, and it's about me. And if anybody mentions Dan Snyder, they say there is no Dan Snyder besides this one.
You want to supersede, like you want to take the throne?
I want him to just be deleted.
Yeah.
Like fuck off. I like that guy can eat a bag of dicks because I had to grow up with an asshole's name. But it's not an asshole's name. It's my name. My name's awesome. It's just he's a fucking prick. Like I remember going to high school and somebody was like, "Yeah, are you related to him?" And I'm like, "No, he's a fucking prick. I don't like
that guy.
Especially the Redskins, or not the Redskins,
the Washington football team.
Just the football team.
Aren't they changing their name again to an actual mascot?
No.
Oh, they're gonna stick with the football team.
Well, there's speculation. A lot of people are saying that they like the way the football team sounds.
It's kind of cool. It grew on me.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like when I play the football team.
Yeah.
Like when I play them, I just get mad.
What I always think about too as a Giants fan, like the Giants are always known as the New York Football Giants. So it's kind of weird when they're like playing the Washington football team.
And it's weird to me because I never called them that. I mean, I've been a Giants fan since birth, and my kids will be Giants fans. And you're a Niners fan, which is you become a Niners fan because of your dad, right?
Yeah, but because of my dad, and when I was like, my dad was a Niners fan.
Yeah. Well,
is a Niners fan, but like he never really watched it. He was kind of like, so when my dad was growing up, like the Chicago Bulls were good because of Michael Jordan. The Niners were good in the '80s, so he was just like, well, I like them because like it's like being a LeBron James fan.
Oh, so he was a bandwagoner.
Yeah, like he didn't watch. He didn't go out of his way to watch. Like he watched the Super Bowls and probably like when the games were on in the '80s.
But he wasn't like a fan.
Yeah, he's like he doesn't know who the starting quarterback of the Niners is now. So it was kind of upon.
Who is the starting quarterback of the Niners?
I don't know. We'll see.
Nobody fucking knows. Right? I mean, he's not the only one.
I hope it's Jimmy for now, but that's another fucking story. But yeah, when I was a kid, I just knew like, all right, my dad likes the 49ers, so I have to like the 49ers.
Yeah.
But I didn't know shit about them. So I was like in kindergarten, and there was a Sports Illustrated magazine, and it was right after that. This just shows how old I am. They just won the Super Bowl in '94, so. There was like a magazine. It was like best team in the world or like Super Bowl champions or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like the picture was Jerry Rice and Steve Young on the cover. And I was like, well, if they're the best team and my dad likes them, like obviously I'm going to like them too because I'm a kid and it's pretty fucking simple, right? So I was like, all right, who's this guy? Steve Young, he's your quarterback. Jerry Rice is a wide receiver. All right.
Who was the Niners quarterback when you were growing up?
Steve Young. And then it was Jeff Garcia. And then it was a fucking rotating door of random guys.
See, I was lucky enough. My quarterback growing up was one guy.
Yeah.
Until literally like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 2 years ago. When Eli Manning retired, I lost my shit.
Really?
I was so sad.
I feel like he did it all though.
He did everything, but like I was so happy. Like there's not much more, but that I don't know because I mean I guess you never really experienced that because you had a rotating door, like you said, a revolving door.
Still do.
I had one quarterback. Imagine having one quarterback for 14 years or 16 years? 16 years, like 2004. I don't know. Yeah, like 16 years about. Like crazy. Since Emma was born. So since I was 7 years old, I've had the same quarterback.
Damn. Yeah. I don't think we have anybody like that. I mean, when Frank Gore got not cut, but when he
Wait, by the way, Eli Manning is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Anybody who watches this can eat my ass if you think otherwise. Get the fuck out of here. That man is the GOAT. That's Tom Brady's father.
You think he's the GOAT Giants quarterback?
Yeah, there's no quarterback better than Eli. Phil Simms is the only one who's close.
But he only won one. Well, he won two technically, but he didn't play
start.
in that Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. Eli Manning, I think, took more punishment than any quarterback, and people give him no credit. The guy had, I think, the 31st ranked defense in his second Super Bowl appearance.
That's crazy.
And they won, and everybody's like, well, the defense carried. But Eli did really well.
And he beat the Patriots. That's got to beat something.
He made Tom Brady his son.
Yeah.
Like the GOAT. No, that's not the GOAT. That is the baby GOAT. The real GOAT is Eli going like this. And Eli Manning, listen, he wasn't the most consistent quarterback all the time.
Yeah.
But that man fucking there is not a quarterback out there who could have taken the punishment he took against the 49ers that game. You tell me in that championship game where fucking...
I try to forget. Kyle Williams fumbled.
Yeah. Well, who was the linebacker? Patrick Willis.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine getting hit by Patrick Willis like 9 times, getting back up, and just not being hurt at all.
It was, I think, Navarro Bowen was our other linebacker, too.
Just nonstop getting punched in the face by men who are legends.
That was
and just stood back up and then called a timeout with his chin strap up his ass, or up his ass, and he's like,
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite pictures of all time.
Dude.
That guy, this is why people don't understand why this guy's the GOAT. GOAT in my eyes. Is because there is no other quarterback, I think, who could have taken the punishment he took and still played.
I know.
They would have faked an injury or been like, oh, you know, I was hurt that game. Eli never came up with an excuse. After every single play or after every game, he would say, yeah, I could have done better.
Yeah.
Like, that's so classy.
It is.
He's the nicest guy.
And he's like the most unassuming guy too. So if Big Ben got hit like that, you'd be like, all right, he's Big Ben. Like, he could take a shot. But like
he's a Manning.
Eli Manning is literally like the last person. If you saw him in the street and you didn't know anything about football, you'd think he's like a fucking one of those Wall Street guys or something.
I know, right?
Like, he's probably like a tax guy.
Bro, he's just some schmuck who
Yeah.
fucking does whatever he wants on the weekends, and he's actually funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch his commercials, they're funny, and like
his Dunkin' Donuts commercials are great.
so funny.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't expect it at all.
Yeah, he's the man.
But he's awesome, and this is the thing that people don't get about. I remember reading something about Eli is he used to pull pranks on all the rookies.
Oh, really?
Like, so bad. I forgot one of the things that he would do. Like, I think it was like so childish. Like, he put like nails in some guy's tire or something. Not nails, but I don't know if he was like filled his car up with cotton candy or some dumb childish joke. Maybe not the nails. Nails isn't true. But like the dumb childish joke. And like, it was a known thing that he was the person who fucked with you in the locker room.
That's great.
Would you ever expect Eli Manning
no.
all your years at 39 years old to be fucking with a 21-year-old?
Of course not.
No. But that's just what he did. He was
Yeah.
a fucking gangster. He's like, I'm a team player.
Yeah.
I'm the quarterback. Fuck it, right?
Dude, you know what the best is too is hearing what is it called? When like hearing the pranks that the vets pull on like the rookies. Like if you ever watch Hard Knocks,
so
the one
funny.
common one is where they all make him pay for the bill. And like the dude like just signed his rookie contract.
Oh, it's like a $60,000 bill.
Yeah, and it's like what the fuck costs that much money? But then like you watch the show and it's like they ordered like fucking Wagyu steak. It's
Bottle
like
service and
yeah.
shit.
I'm like, dude, that's got to be the best. Being like a fucking like a fifth year like safety or something. Be like, yeah, I'll have this and that. You know, whatever the fuck. And like,
Bro, do you see I was talking to my dad about this today. And listen, I'm not trying to completely shit on Dana White, or like the UFC as a whole, but I don't understand the business side of it. I understand that obviously the NFL is a bigger business. The NFL, no matter what, is a huge business backed by billionaires.
yeah,
But fighters, man, they get paid shit.
it sucks.
I just saw, who was it? Maybe a lineman, Penny Sewell or something like that. He just signed like a $24 million contract as a rookie.
Yeah,
And you look at a UFC fighter who makes like $10,000 a fight. That is fucking crazy. Because I get it, the lineman is going to be doing more damage long term after so many years. But a fighter, how many fights does a person have in the UFC? Like 10?
yeah,
Average?
And they're literally losing a piece of their life every time they fight in there.
And it's crazy because these fighters give out so much and they get so little in return.
Nothing in return.
Most of them do it just because they enjoy fighting.
Yeah.
They enjoy fighting the best. And then you'll get that lucky sheep like Conor, who I think Conor's the first person who ever got paid what he was worth.
Yeah.
He is the first person in the history of the UFC who got paid exactly what he was worth.
He should have been the gold standard. Like I mean, I don't think everyone should be making Conor McGregor money, but close to it.
Get paid what you're worth.
Yeah.
I in any job, I am a firm believer, and this isn't always the correct way to think of things in any job, but I believe you're supposed to be paid what you're worth. If you're working with some asshole on a job site who's doing nothing, doing no work, and you're underneath him and you're doing the work for him nonstop, not just one day, but like for a year, you should be getting paid more than him, regardless of the position.
Yeah.
Because that's bullshit. Just like a fighter. I mean, think about like who could I say, like even
John Jones, like he wants $10 million for his next fight,
and he deserves it.
Yeah, and Dana White's acting like he's demanding fucking like the bank.
Well, did you see this morning where because you follow bjpenn.com on Twitter?
Yep.
Do you see that Dana White said that we're not even considering it anymore? Like he's given up hope.
He goes, John Jones is either going to fight this summer or never again.
But how do you not give a man who is undefeated? Listen, his one loss, I watched it live. You watched that loss live? I remember watching it with my dad.
Elbows.
He hit a deaf guy in the ear like this. Okay. That's fucked up.
Bullshit rule.
And it's a stupid fucking rule. And it shouldn't have been the end of the fight. That guy, I think, kind of took a little bit of a dive because he was getting a world-class ass beating.
Yeah.
But, man, this guy's undefeated. He's never lost. People say, well, he lost to this. No, he didn't fucking lose. What did the refs say? Do you think I want Dan Henderson to be a champion right now? Because he did beat the shit out of Michael Bisping.
Yeah, I know.
But he didn't win.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he didn't win. John Jones didn't lose. So you can't say, oh, he lost to Reyes. Well, he didn't.
Of course.
He didn't. So you can't say this guy isn't worth the money because he is going up a whole weight class. And I think that these guys should get title shots. And the reason I say this is because they say, yeah, you need to fight. You need to keep fighting to prove your worth. John Jones is 30-something years old. He's going up, I don't know, like 20 pounds or whatever it is.
And he put it on the right way.
How long can he last at that weight? He needs to fight Ngannou
Yeah. Oh, it's so
right
scary.
away
Yeah.
because he's not going to be able to last that long.
No.
He's older. He can't fight 10 fights to prove his worth at heavyweight. Give the guy a shot. If he sucks, all right, move on. Next, he's done.
Of course.
And it's not like you're not giving Ngannou a schmuck.
I know. And what sucks is like I always say this, like, at least in my head, I always say like Dana White is the dumbest, smartest promoter in the history of like fighting. Like
Without him, the UFC wouldn't be where it's at.
Of course,
but he's a total asshole.
Yeah. So like when Ngannou won the heavyweight title and he was like, yeah, I want to fight John Jones, and John Jones was like, I want to fight you too. That's the biggest fight they can make outside of like
100%.
Conor Khabib too.
And they're gone. And that's the thing is and it's crazy to me because Conor was the last one that I've seen where I really attached to a fighter who I think is going to carry the company.
Yeah.
Who's next? John Jones is getting old. GSP is retired. Conor is on his way out. Listen,
Yeah.
Conor's got a few more fights, but he's in his 30s.
Of course.
I get it. Who do you got? Sean O'Malley. Yeah, but is Sean really that big of a draw? Sean is great. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but I don't see it. Who else? I mean, maybe Violent Bob Ross.
Yeah, there's a couple. I mean, Cody Garbrandt had a good thing going until he like
Then you got fucking knocked out.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? Who was that guy?
TJ.
Who was no, he's from Jersey. He was a jiu-jitsu guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Not Mickey.
No, not Mickey. It was a jiu-jitsu guy who I think was like maybe Iraqi or Palestinian or
Shit.
you know who I'm talking about. You'll know exactly who I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about.
about Beneil Dariush, right? I don't
No,
think
not
he's from
Dariush.
Jersey.
Dariush. I can't say his name. Dude, you know who I'm talking about. He's really good stand-up kind of too, and he's really good on the ground. Like he's a beast.
Fights now
He's Henzo's guy, I think.
in the UFC.
Yeah, bro. He fought. If you figure out his name, you're gonna know exactly who he is. He's a really good jiu-jitsu guy.
I know Gary Tonian fights.
He's got long kind of hair, like blackish hair, long blackish hair.
Okay, it's not Luke, obviously.
No, not Luke. Luke is also one of my favorite people of all time. I've
Yeah.
met him like 2 or 3 times because he goes to my gym.
Yeah.
But he is like the coolest guy to talk to. And that man can take an ass whooping and then deliver an ass whooping.
Yeah, he moved Mike Perry's nose to the other side of his face.
The coolest fucking thing I think I've ever seen is when he did that.
That was awesome.
I was at your house. I was screaming at the TV.
Dude, I know a lot of people hate on Mike Perry. He is like a fucking, I don't want to say anything. I know he's not watching, but Mike Perry's not the smartest guy. But he's fucking hilarious. Like, I love just being a fan of Mike Perry.
Dude, Mike Perry is that crazy guy you see at a bar who is just so fun to hang around with, but at a certain point, so annoying to hang around with.
He's like that one friend where you hang out with him and then like you like him until he gets too drunk and you're like, all right, now we gotta go.
The whole thing with this camp was the thing that kind of threw me off. Where his girlfriend was. Well, didn't he get a camp?
He might have one now, but he like ditched his camp for I think 2 or 3 fights
recently.
Oh, dude, his girlfriend.
No, I know his girlfriend,
yeah.
but I'm talking about like wasn't his last fight with a camp?
He
Like,
might have had a camp.
He kind of gave in. He was like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot." I'm trying to find that fucking fighter I was talking about. Like, you'll literally know exactly who I'm talking about, and you're like, "Oh my god, I don't know what happened to him. He was on pace to be, he was from Dagestan. Maybe he was from Dagestan.
Who, the fighter you're talking about?
Yeah, Dagestan
They have
fighters.
Khabib, Zabit. Are you talking about Zabit?
Zabit.
Okay, yeah,
yes,
Zabit's the man.
What happened? I haven't seen him fight in so long.
I think he got COVID or he got injured. He's fighting soon though.
I cannot believe I couldn't remember. You know he trains in Jersey.
Yeah, he changed with Frankie Edgar.
Yeah, he was training with Mick. No, I don't know if he was training with Mickey recently. I don't know. I think Mickey's trained with him.
His
like,
brother
in the
is in
past.
Jersey too, training with Mark Henry. And his
Zabit's
brother,
30. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Zabit was
dude,
younger.
his brother's like younger than you, and he's training with Mark Henry, and he's already as good as Zabit.
You know what I love about Zabit is that he looks like Abe Lincoln.
I know.
That's how I remembered him. Is he actually looked like Abraham Lincoln?
Oh, dude, yeah, he's the fucking man. I never met him, but I met a lot of guys from like the Nicotone, like South Jersey too, because like
Nicotone's got a lot of guys.
Oh yeah, dude, he's at one point he had Eddie Alvarez, Frankie Edgar. Oh, he still has Eddie, I think. Eddie Alvarez, Frankie Edgar, Tom the Blast is my jiu-jitsu coach when he was still fighting. He had, I can't even think right now. Oh, Marlon Moraes. He had Edson Barboza. Obviously Zabit, and then he's got a couple of other Russian guys like Zabit's brother. There's some other dude I can't even think of his name right now, but they have like, it's one of the It's one of the best teams in the world. And it's just a small group of guys from Jersey.
Yeah.
And, like, they just train in, like...
Jersey's a powerhouse for fighters.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. Like, you think about how many guys are from Jersey or at least come here to train in Jersey.
And I love... Oh, Corey Anderson.
Yeah.
And I love how Mark Henry, who's, like, the main, like, striking coach, is the most Jersey guy ever. He runs a pizza place. And, like, he fucking trains fighters. Like, that's the most New Jersey...
Well, that pizza place is, like, right next to your house.
Yeah, that's actually great. My favorite pizza place, Pino's. Yeah,
I've only been there, like, once or twice.
Oh, it's
Your parents have only ordered there, like, once or twice when I've been over.
Yeah,
I'm kind of upset about it.
They kind of bounce around a lot. I'm always ordering from Pino's, though. And that's even before, like, I even knew Mark Henry trained them. One time when I was in high school, I just saw, like, Frank Yeager, and there was in the back, like, flipping pizzas and shit.
Frankie Edgar was flipping pizzas?
Yeah. Yeah, they were
cool
they were doing
fuck.
like I think like a photo shoot, but he was in the back like doing it for like
my first mixed martial arts fight I ever went to. I think when I was like 12 years old. My dad and my trainer, my old trainer, not my current trainer. My current trainer is the fucking goat. He's literally like my older brother. Shout out Mike Wadango. If you guys ever want to go to a cool training spot, go to Freak Strength. It's in Oakland, New Jersey. They train NFL, NHL, MLB, anything you fucking want. They train there. They are awesome people, and that is my straight up family.
Did he come on the show yet?
No, I want to get Mike and Brooker on. Brooker is a guy that I met through Mike. Mike, they have their own podcast. Also, Mike has a podcast called The Mike and Brooker Show. Awesome podcast. If you are a personal trainer trying to learn anything about personal training or your own body, insane podcast. I'm telling you, they are the most interesting and smart people you'll ever meet or hear about when it comes to the subject of like personal training. I couldn't recommend anybody else. But yeah, so I'm trying to get them on maybe when I get more established. This is only my third podcast, and I'm happy that I'm keeping a schedule. Like I'm having, Wednesdays and Fridays, and I'm happy that you are somebody that I can call on where it's like
recurring guest.
You are literally you are my Brendan Schaub at this point where
Manic
it's like
Hispanic.
Bro, that is literally that's a perfect fucking way to say it. But it's good to have like, you or Rob or both you and Rob to come on because dude, we literally have been talking for an hour straight and I feel like
that's awesome.
I usually write down notes before the podcast and I haven't brought them up once.
That's awesome.
It's just straight up.
It just flows. Yeah, no, you're a natural, dude.
Now dude, you're literally the same thing. I've been using my computer to look up
porn.
Yeah. Basically, sometimes you got to look it up while you're doing it.
Yeah.
So, like Zabit and all that bullshit, just whatever we're looking up just to talk about it. So this is definitely a good podcast.
No,
it's definitely
dude,
a good one to go through.
Great, yeah. It's gonna blow up.
Oh, dude, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, Mike and Brooker, I'd love to get on eventually to talk about what they do and their intelligence and how they came to meet each other and stuff. I think Brooker was an intern at my old gym, which is DeFranco's.
You could intern for like physical therapy. I mean, personal training.
Oh, dude, that is the biggest thing to do.
Oh, okay.
Like Mike says that the biggest thing with personal training that he recommends is being an intern. He says take as many internships as possible because that's how you're going to learn.
You're going to learn to be in school for that, right?
No.
Oh, so like...
I mean, I could intern for Mike right now.
Oh.
But it also depends on the place.
Yeah.
It really does depend on who you go to. Like, I know Mike personally, so Mike would probably let me intern regardless. I don't know if he requires people to have a college thing.
Yeah.
He probably does. Me, if I ask, he'll probably let me, learn from him. I don't know if it's an internship, but I would learn from him.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, college degree is great. But what I would say would be with a college degree is what I was told is it's like a cheat code. It gets you in the door faster, and it helps you progress faster. But just because you went to college doesn't mean you're smarter than anybody.
Of course, yeah. It's a means to an end.
It really doesn't mean shit. Because there are people who didn't go to college who are 10 times smarter in the physical field than anybody.
Yeah, dude, it's like that. Like trying to like reference like a video game. It's just like having that key that unlocks that door that like you have to get behind. But you don't literally you can also just go the long way and also get there.
Exactly. Like no matter what, if you go And it'll be harder.
Yeah.
It'll take more time, and you'll have to build more trust with more people. But when you get there, you still get there. At the end of the day, it's about getting to the place you want to get to.
Yeah.
Just like with the podcast, I mean, it's starting out with adding every single person I know on Instagram. I don't know if you don't have an Instagram anymore.
Nah.
But I added like 90 plus people on on this Instagram I made for the Manic Mind podcast. And I'm like, all right, add. Now, do these follows mean something? Yeah, 100%. But it's more about, like making the first step count.
Of course.
And it doesn't mean like, people aren't just going to be like, oh my God, look at this podcast that came out of nowhere. You got to build a reputation.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's not like listen, nothing against Call Her Daddy. I would love to talk to the people at Call Her Daddy. If you guys ever want to do a cool little co-op podcast, that'd be fucking awesome.
Dude, maybe your friend, I don't know which name to call her. But...
So, okay, I'm just going to say this now. So I'm going to say this at the end of the podcast, and I'll actually say it right now, too. So I'm going to have a guest on. Her name is Jackie O. She is an adult film actress. She is awesome person. I have known her for many years. Really cool person. She's going to be coming on the podcast hopefully next week. And it is going to be a fucking fun podcast. You guys have to be there. Yeah, you better be there, bro. Yeah, you got to watch it.
I'm a big fan of her work.
Dude, she is a phenomenal person. Like, as a person, she is awesome. I have literally known, like I said, I've known her for a long time. And she's interesting. And her personality is literally one of the best personalities I've ever said. She's very outgoing. I've been to AC with her.
Oh, yeah?
Me and Steph have gone out to AC with her. So funny, dude.
That's awesome.
So funny, bro. But yeah, I forgot what we were fucking talking about.
I brought her up for some reason. I forgot to.
I also forgot what we were talking about. The Call Her Daddy stream. Nothing against the Call Her Daddy stream, but it's not like I'm working off. I don't know how they got on. I don't know if it was from Barstool, but it's not like I have the Barstool brand behind me.
Yeah.
I'm literally doing this
self-made
off of just Dustin, PGA. Shut the fuck up. I'm doing this based off of just going out there and saying, just fuck it, bro. And this is the first thing I've ever done in my life where it's like I enjoy, besides football growing up and MMA and stuff, where I've enjoyed like the process, bro. The process is so fun.
Yeah, man. And I'm a big believer in like consistency. Just like, I feel like anything you do, the more you do it, the luckier you get with opportunities. Or, even with anything, like for example, if I'm doing coding or if I'm doing like art, like the more I put out, eventually something's gonna catch on.
Are you open to submissions from art?
Yeah, I am just a bitch, and I like, for example, I have a commission out right now. My boy Rob hit me up. He's probably not listening to this. If you are though, sorry Rob, I'll get to it. But my boy Rob, not Rob.
Yeah, I know.
My other friend Rob that I was in high school with gave me this commission for a Black Panther piece. And I could do it. It's like well within my means to do it. I kind of like lied to him and was like, yeah, I'm a little booked right now. I'm not booked. I'm such a perfectionist. Yeah, when it comes to shit like that, like I'm in this weird spot where it's like I love art and I like enjoy doing it. I never want it to feel like a job. And like
I totally know what you mean. I totally get what you mean.
Yeah, and it's like I don't want to charge my friends money because like I'm not that guy. I don't want your money. If you like it, let me do it for you.
Yeah.
But he was like, dude, I'll even give you a deposit. Like, so he's serious. So I was telling myself like, all right, you know what? Let me be an adult about this. Get paid for it. You know what I mean? And like the majority of like the money is really just putting on a canvas. Like you saw Steph's like gift, like that was obviously just for free from what I did, but like putting on
which was fucking sick, by the way.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks,
like
man.
that was phenomenal. I still look at it every time I go to bed because it stares at me, but it's fucking sick.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, like it's the most expensive part was just putting it on canvas. Like I already have all the materials, like the art and like all the apps and shit. Like I bought all the pens and whatever the fuck. Yeah. But honestly, the most expensive part is just putting it on canvas and getting it framed and everything. But it just feels weird charging my friends, and B, like I like doing it on my own time because like I have so many interests, like as you do. I try to do so many things throughout the day. Like I'm trying to organize better. So for example, like I'm reading a book right now, Action Bronson's book. Yeah. By the way, you got to read it. It's fucking sick. It's really good. Yeah, it's like an autobiography. I'm reading his book, so I try to read like a chapter a day because I'll just read the whole thing if it was up to me. But then like I just bought the PS5. Well, I've had it for a couple months now, but
dude, I've been playing the shit out of Red Dead and I can't stop.
Exactly. Like I'm catching up on PlayStation games that I never had the chance to play because I had Xbox my whole life. So like I'm trying to do that, and then like I'm still doing like coding projects, and then like my art, obviously, like I'm still doing stuff with that. So I'm open for anything, obviously, but at the same time, it's like I'll do it when I get to it.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, like, if you're paying for something, you want it done, like, when you want it done.
Oh, of course, dude. I totally get what you're saying, and I was about to say, like, if anybody wants to, get some art.
Totally, definitely.
If you guys ever want any art, what's your tag on Twitter?
Instagram?
It changes so often.
Oh no, it's the same name.
What is it?
LoSsyP. Yeah.
So LoSsyP, LoSsyP.
Yeah.
If you guys ever want any cool submissions, I'm actually gonna post the artwork on my Instagram today because
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
trying to post more on Instagram. But the art he does is absolutely fantastic. I could not believe that I knew somebody who could do art like that. So yeah, if you guys ever want submissions, I'm gonna post your stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's something that's a cool hobby to have, because I know that I don't know if you ever want, if you could, would you make that your profession?
Oh yeah, I
really.
just so before I went back to school for tech, it was this kind of so it's weird, man. Growing up, like, I always told myself, like, I'm not the type of person who's motivated by money. Like, money doesn't mean shit.
Which is a good quality.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's as long as my bills are paid, I'm happy. Like, if I have bills paid, money invested in something that'll, like, continue giving me money, and just, like, I have enough to just buy shit that I want, I don't need millions of dollars. Just if I'm paying my bills on time, I could afford to buy something that I want, like a PS5 or whatever, I'm happy. I don't need to, like, have fucking millions of dollars in the bank. So anyway, my whole life always revolved around, like, I just want to do what makes me happy, and that's it. Because, like, like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I could die at 40 and work a miserable job like half my life.
God, me and you have the same fucking mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so bad.
So that was the whole thing, and then like, getting older, I was like, all right, well, I'm doing the whole like what makes me happy thing, but, like, I'm not making any fucking money, and, like, you need money to live. So I got, and, like,
money at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says, money is important, and money will. I hate to say it, but I gotta stop saying it at the end of the day. But people who say money doesn't bring happiness don't have a lot of money.
Yeah,
because money does bring happiness. It does bring cool shit.
Yeah, I think money provides freedom, which in turn provides happiness.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, like, I want enough money where I can just be free to do whatever the fuck I want to do.
We are living the same life, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
yeah.
I want to have no mortgage. I want to just chill.
Exactly.
Play video games if I need to.
Yeah, just be a human. Like, you know what I mean? Just
man.
Be a fucking person. Just do whatever the fuck you want to do. So, yeah. So I'm making this into such a long answer, but yeah, like, I decided to go back to school, like, last year, 2020.
Good
and
for
I
you.
got into tech, which is, like, super lucrative. Like, I could easily be making 6 figures right now if I actually kept fucking doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's very lucrative, but it's a lot of fucking work. I already, like, said it now. It's not something I want to do forever. Basically, like, it's something where I just want to do enough to where I build, like, a skill set where I could maybe freelance or, like, do whatever, save enough money.
That's the dream. And my friend, actually, who's going to come on the podcast, Chris Sorrentino, he is in that field. Yeah. And it would be awesome if you came on that day and talked to him, because this guy, Chris, is probably one of the most knowledgeable people I know on that subject, because he went to college for it.
Yeah.
And he would tell you probably all the ins and outs that you need to know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I enjoy it. It's just something that I don't love, but it would just be like a notch below love it. You know what I mean?
Means
like,
to an end.
Yeah, even more than that. Though.
Really?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I enjoy it when it works. But anybody who works in coding or anything,
So you like problem solving? Really?
I do. That's all I ever do in my head. Is, like, my brain is always working on something.
Yeah.
So I can't help it. It's just always figuring something out or whatever the fuck. Like, as a kid with video games, I'd be outside playing with my friends, but in my head, I'm like, how do I beat this fucking level or, like, whatever? Yeah. So it's just naturally how my brain works.
Mm-hmm.
I even did, like, that Myers-Briggs personality test, and apparently, like, I was well suited, like, perfect match for a job is what
I
I'm
did the
doing
same exact test you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up being a mediator, but a mediator who is, like, just focused on intent to create.
Okay.
Like, that is, like, my thing. I forgot what it was. It was, like, something with I focus more on dreams that are very unrealistic.
Yeah.
But I have the ability to make them realistic. It was one of those personalities.
Okay,
What was yours called?
It was INTJ, I believe. So it was fuck. The I is, what's that word? Introverted thinker or introverted?
Yeah, something like that, I think.
Yeah, but it's basically like you are always, like, you don't really talk to a lot of people, but, like, when you do, you don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But then it's also like you're always.
That's a good quality.
Yeah, you're always intuitive. Like, you're always like, you're always problem solving pretty much. Like my brain just doesn't shut off. Like it just.
God, I have the same fucking problem.
Yeah,
bro.
like if I'm with you like playing PlayStation, I'm also thinking about like, all right, how could I make this into like whatever, like a fucking coding project or like an art thing. Like
so you have like a million things going on at the same time.
At all times. Yeah. Like my ex-girlfriend hated it because like she'd be talking to me, but like I'm somewhere else mentally.
Yeah, she's jealous.
Yeah, especially when I'm in jiu-jitsu. Like if I'm training a lot consistently in jiu-jitsu and I'm getting stuck in a position, like I'll be talking to like somebody at work or even if I'm driving, but in my head I'm like, all right, what if I like grab the arm or what if I do this?
I just to throw this in there, recently I went back to jiu-jitsu. I actually went I went on Tuesday and I should have went on Thursday, but yesterday I had prior plans with Steph and my family. I went on Tuesday and I was rusty, but I did well. I held my own, but I went against a guy who I think was a part of the fighters at my gym. And he's a 3-stripe blue belt. We were going against each other, and usually I can hold my own. I mean, I've been tapping out black belts since I was fucking, regular like 3-stripe white belt. So I was going against the kid, and I didn't realize how poorly my body was, like in shape when it comes to not molded to jiu-jitsu anymore.
Yeah, it's a different type of shape.
I went in there, and he tapped me out with a move that I wouldn't have been tapped out with when I was training. And I go in there, and I start thinking exactly what you're thinking of, and I get out of the jiu-jitsu, I'm like, fuck. If I did this. It's crazy what the mind does.
Yeah.
And then you realize that your body doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And
or it's like a step behind almost.
Exactly. Like you know how to get out. Like that was the frustrating part. He had me in the armbar, and I'm not that asshole who doesn't tap. But when somebody puts me in a position where I'm going to tap, I usually try to, for like 3 seconds, I try to figure out if there's a way to get out.
Yeah.
In that moment, I'm like, I know what to do, but I can't fucking do it. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I can't do it. This fucking sucks.
It's like muscle memory, but your muscle memory is like drunk at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah. You're literally in a drunk man's body. But yeah, man, damn, this was that was definitely an ego shot.
Yeah, dude, it sucks because like especially like with me, like one of my friends started training after me, like well after me. And I stopped going. Like I got into a relationship, and like I'm just a typical guy. Like I'd rather hang out with my girlfriend than train.
Yeah, I know. Everybody goes through that at one point.
So I missed like a whole year and a half of training, and obviously because of COVID too, like I couldn't go.
Yeah. And
I went back, and like now my friend, like he started as a white belt, and now he's like a blue belt, and like we rolled, and he beat the shit out of me.
Really?
And I was like, I'm happy for as his friend. I'm like, dude, I'm so happy for you.
But your ego's hurt.
Dude, my ego is like, how are you better than me? You know
Jiu-jitsu exposes the ego more than anything.
Yeah. But it's like not in a toxic way though. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't want to like fight the guy. It's more of just like I need to get better because I can't. This is gonna sound toxic, but fuck it, whatever. Like I love my friends. I love who I train with my training partners. But in my head, it's also like I can't allow myself to get beat by like. Not my friends, but the version of myself that I was before. Does that make sense? Yeah.
No, dude, I totally agree with you. When I was a white belt, I had a rule, and I've upkept this rule forever. I will never be tapped out by a white belt ever. Yeah. Since I was a white belt, I made sure that I was never tapped out by a white belt. And it's not like I said, I wasn't that asshole who never just didn't tap. Yeah. But I stopped. I always put myself in positions where I could either hold or I would get out, because that is ego. That's still ego. That's still. And it's good to have your ego bruised. I was pissed, and I'm still fucking pissed that I lost to a blue belt, even though I'm a blue belt.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing, because it tells me, hey, asshole, you haven't trained in about 2 years.
Yeah.
You're the fucking dumbass who didn't train, so this is what happens when you don't train. No matter. That's why, you know Jocko.
Yeah.
Jocko says belts mean shit.
Yeah.
He is a hardcore, and I believe that. I'm the same thing. That's why I don't give a fuck what belt I am. That's why, at the end of the day, if I can tap out a black belt, listen, I can tap out a black belt.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck does a belt really mean?
Exactly.
All right. Well, we had a fucking good talk, right?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, man, this was really fun.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to it
I did not think that this is going to go as smooth as I thought.
Well, thanks, Dan.
No, I mean, like, dude, I literally wrote down the notes after a 4-hour golf trip.
Yeah.
I golfed this morning, like I said. I don't know if I said this in the beginning. I golfed this morning, and then I come home, and I'm fucking exhausted. I drive out because I got to get more gear for the podcast. I'm exhausted. I come home. Right when I come home, you're here 2 minutes later. Yeah. I'm like, fuck me. I'm late. So I start writing down a bunch of questions. I'm like, shit, I'm going to be fucked because I'm going to blank out when we're talking.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the notes once.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic.
It's called chemistry, brother.
It is literally perfect. So Carlos is going to be a guest who's on a lot.
You know it.
Unless we're having a special guest. Like I said, this I'm going to put this out there now. My friend Jackie O is going to be coming on. She's going to be talking about, some stuff that she does, her career, her path, and stuff like that. I haven't sent her really what we're doing yet, but it's going to be, I hope, next Wednesday. We don't know yet. We could be rescheduling it. But Jackie is an awesome person. I know her personally, like I said. And make sure you guys tune into that. That is going to be my biggest podcast yet with my biggest guest so far. Carlos is going to be watching it. We all know that. Carlos,
Be watching in my gaming chair with a bottle of Jergens.
Fuck out of here. All right. So this is a fun podcast. I'm really happy we did this.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on again, man.
Dude. Absolutely.